fire, air, water, earth. You've heard the stories of avatars Kyoshi, Roku, Aang, and Korra. But it's time for new stories to be told. In every era, there are those who seek to maintain the balance and harmony in the world, and those who seek to upset it. How will these stories unfold, and what heroes will rise to the occasion? Welcome back to Avatar Legends Legacy of Heroes. I am once again your game master, Josh. I am joined by my friends Kiera, Oz, and Morgan. Unfortunately, Megan was unable to join us for this session. That will be very exciting for some of us and very traumatic for others. But it's fine because I'm pretty sure I'm up for recap this time. So if you aren't caught up, you can always go back to our previous sessions and watch them, or if you want like a really quick version, or maybe you don't remember what happened last time, our heroes made it to Crescent Island, which they really only have explored like one section of it. There's still a good section of Crescent Island left to explore, but they ran into some local firebenders or Fire Nation villagers. One guy who had some turtle ducks of the variant kind and did not leave a great impression. They also ran into a village that kind of pulled a giant prank on everyone because they were paid to. And Taloroq visited a ship from the Bosanme company. And our other friends got to meet the older brother of Taloroq, known as Hanta. And they were also invited to a dinner along with Taloroq on Hanta's ship. I don't know, is that everything? Did anything feel like it got missed? Was anything else important happening?
We decided to not go to dinner and instead keep...
Absolutely not. There is a dinner party happening. Get your party hat on.
Okay.
No.
So
my trauma.
I know we cut off in the middle of a conversation with Hanta, but essentially the conversation was pretty much just inviting you to dinner. So we cut to later. It
actually ended with on the ship. Avani,
oh
Karma,
right, yeah, going over to you. That's right.
Yeah, Avani
going
was being a little asshole.
That's right.
Avani was being a little asshole. I'm glad I didn't have to say it.
Okay, so we'll go back to that conversation now. If anyone remembers where it was left off.
No. We were like, hold on, because I just watched the episode.
Yeah.
We were basically just arguing back and forth of whether or not we were Avani didn't mention where, but it was heavily implied where.
To the dinner. Oh, so the invite for the dinner. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I will have this. We'll go. I'll roll. Okay, so, you got the conversation about whether or not to go to the dinner lasted for a while. In retrospect, it was like it was like in 3 days if you want to. It was sort of like an open invitation of any time show up. So you guys all sort of went to different spots in the ship to either cool down or rest or what have you, and stew over what's been talked about. Yes, Morgan?
Can this argument just be like on and off up until the dinner?
Yeah, sure. So you would pass each other on the ship every once in a while, even though you're trying to stay away from each other, and just kind of mention the dinner or like some other aspect. And on one of the days, it's noticed off in the distance at the very peak of the island, because it is sort of like a mountain, the rest of the island. Off on the peak of the crescent is a temple where it looks like fire sages. It's a fire sage temple. So Aya has decided to sort of skip dinner to go to that temple to see if she can sort of connect and learn more about the Fire Nation and her roots.
Wow, isn't it cool that Aya is respecting my privacy?
She before she leaves, she makes sure to ask Karma to let her know all the details of
motherfucker.
Oh yes, and I agreed.
Taloroq. Hold on, this is I want to put this as like a I don't know. It was one of the arguments up until dinner.
All
I
right, sure. So we'll
suppose.
just do some random on and off arguments if you want.
Sure.
Okay,
I know-
so passing each other, like going to the kitchen kind of deal, get snack.
So we're just gonna be passive aggressive.
Oh yeah.
I was
Be
gonna be
aggressive,
nice at one
passive,
point
aggressive.
and just explain.
Karma's always nice.
Well, you.
That's not true.
Avani
This
happens.
is the argument. There it is.
All right, Avani happens to catch Taloroq in the kitchen as they are both happen to be hungry for like a midnight snack.
Taloroq doesn't say anything, but does that like, you know when cats like narrow their eyes at you
Yeah.
and like their ears go flat and their tails like start swish swish?
Yes.
When they're in attack mode, is that what you're saying?
Not quite attack mode, just annoyed mode. Like Taloroq's not gonna lash out, but you can tell Taloroq is not happy to see you.
So, what are you making to eat? Okay, not gonna talk to me then.
He just kind of gently tips the bowl so you can see that it's like some oatmeal. Does oatmeal exist?
Yes, oatmeal exists.
It's a bowl of oatmeal.
It's not called oatmeal. It's just oats.
It's a bowl of oats. Dry oat.
Sorry.
Hmm.
Listen, Taloroq, I didn't mean to upset you in any way. I know. Look, you're lucky to have some type of family.
Kitchen's all yours if you wanted to cook something, and Taloroq leaves.
All right. Later on a different day, I get it's like off on the coast. There was like sightings of some sort of like dolphin whales. I don't know. I'm just naming. And so all of you kind of got excited. So all three of you are kind of lined up looking at the whales, the dolphin whales, as they sort of like are splashing by, migrating.
Ooh, since we're near the water, can I have close by? Because I'm still watching. I'm not like a helicopter mom, but I want to make sure that they have some fun. Can Boa make a little swimmy swim?
Yeah, Bo and May are like doing laps around the ship as much as they can. So continue. Anyway, now that you're now all sort of not on better terms, but like there's a nice distraction happening while you're all together.
I assume that Karma and Avani are kind of like standing next to each other, and Taloroq is like 10 feet away.
And can I do one of those like scoochy things, like slowly trying to scooch next to you to try and be
Yeah,
like,
you see just sort of the doot 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 doot.
Can Karma just jump over to the other side of Taloroq?
Yeah, as Taloroq like notices
You're gonna
Avani.
say off the ship into the water.
As Taloroq notices Avani like scooting closer, like a few steps away, he turns and then suddenly Karma just whoop, landing right on the other side, pinning Taloroq in.
Just like, hi, buddy. How's it going?
Hello, Karma.
Hi. Did you see the thing? There's whales, dolphin whales. Yeah.
Yeah, they're great. They're cool. It's fun to see a creature just living so free and unburdened.
Must be nice, right?
Mm-hmm.
Say, how about you eat dinner with us tonight as a group?
Sure.
This is not going to the day of the dinner party, is it, Josh?
I would like Karma and Avani to roll creativity.
Oh God. Okay.
Hold on, I wasn't ready.
I got a 9.
I also got a 9.
Okay, well, I'm gonna leave it up to you two then. Yeah, are you secretly taking Taloroq confusingly off of the ship into somewhere else, or are you just having dinner on a ship for real?
I was gonna say dinner on the ship for real. Let's
Okay,
not
cool.
get there yet. We gotta build up trust here.
All right, we cut
That
to
would immediately shatter everything.
Yeah, no, we wouldn't do that
That's it.
we wouldn't do that to Taloroq.
We cut to just a regular dinner on the ship then.
We still want to be friends. I'm cooking noodles and good ass noodles, even though, and here's proving
You're
how much
facing
I
your
care about you,
fear.
Taloroq. I'm cooking noodles even though I'm traumatized.
Facing your fear.
I'm
Love
facing
that.
my fear. You.
Yes, dinner on the ship with
Right.
us, just us 3.
Because I has decided to take a
I was
mini
absorbed in
vacation.
volcano. It's fine.
As you're like getting dinner prepared and everything, a messenger hawk appears. It has a little note, and you see it's from Aya that says, "Hey, did you guys meet up with Hanta yet? And what's up with Taloroq? Please let me know more. I miss y'all." And then
Oh! I attach a bowl of noodles to the messenger phone.
the messenger hawk attempts to take off, but the noodles are weighing it down, so it just like is very slowly trying to go, and but like all the like the broth in the noodles is like sloshing out.
And can I take the messenger hawk down so I can put the noodles in some sort of no.
Phrasing. Don't say take down.
No. Okay. Can I beckon the messenger hawk to come to me so I can safely package the noodles?
I have an idea.
You see it turns around and lands. It just seems kind of like tired and like, why are
I
you making
give
me
the
carry this?
messenger hawk some broth to sip on.
Yeah, I mean,
Or
yeah,
energy.
okay. Yeah, I was trying to think of if it could. But
It's
yeah,
just
it
meat
probably
broth.
can. Yeah, it probably can.
Can
Yeah.
it? Question.
Sure.
We like chaos here.
Of course.
Well, Taloroq is, one of those that scene. It's not necessarily a meet cute, but it's basically a meet cute when like two people are having an argument in either a movie or something, and they accidentally touch hands. So like when Taloroq is trying to give the messenger hawk the broth, and I'm trying to get the noodle package off of the messenger hawk so we can, but we do that kind of like meet cute thing, which is not meet cute.
We've touched hands before.
Okay.
I know, but we're in an argument.
So while Taloroq is trying to like feed the messenger hawk a little bit, and Vani's attempting to take the noodles and like package them nicely, you bump hands, and miraculously, the noodles and broth sort of combine into a nice like fall into the container that Avani's trying to put the noodles in. They both the broth and the noodles all fall into it, and it's all packaged like perfectly nice. You just have to like close the box and tie it off.
I don't know what to say to this. Okay, anyway, okay. Avani does like one of those things of like, sorry, tries to pull their hand away because they know it's probably gonna be uncomfortable. So they're still uncomfortable. Like Taloroq is still uncomfortable.
Taloroq doesn't like recoil, but I think he's just done feeding the hawk broth.
Has anyone decided to send anything more than noodles to Aya? Is anyone like writing a letter?
Oh,
I'm attaching a note saying.
Okay, Karma's writing a letter. Okay, good.
Karma's
And
keeping
then-
up with the gossip.
Karma's
And-
writing a letter. I'm just adding like a little sticky note that says "soup for you."
Well, no. I want to write like on the little container if there's a way, because I'm assuming the container's made out of like some sort of, I don't know.
Just do another sticky note.
Yeah,
Sure.
Good enough. Yeah.
Even though there's no sticky notes in this universe, anyway.
There are now.
There's sticky paper. It's fine.
Sticky paper. I'm writing a note saying, "Help! I pissed off Tom."
The messenger hawk takes all this, sets off again. You can see the broth helped it a bit, but like it's still very tired of having to carry this package of noodles and now these 3 separate notes. And it goes off into the direction of the fire sage temple that's at the top of the mountain.
Great. So now we have noodles for our dinner.
Awkwardly slurp one noodle.
Karma starts singing.
All right.
Karma, roll with creativity.
11.
11. Oh, this is like surprisingly, you both of you know Taloroq and Avani somehow know the words to this. Probably because on the road, Karma would nonstop sing this song, and you slowly caught on to what the words were. And the energy that Karma is giving to the song slowly infects the two of you, and you all just suddenly start singing sort of sea shanty style while eating noodles. So it's slightly messy because like you're trying to eat and also sing at the same time. Because like, oh, I know this verse. Hold on.
No.
Yeah.
Choke on noodles. Choke on broth.
No,
the
no.
scene
choking.
eventually, the song eventually dies down, and you're all just kind of laughing around the table, still eating, drinking a little. But it's a bit more like lighthearted, jovial sort of feel.
Yeah. I'm sorry for being the way that I've been for the past few days to you too.
It's chill. It's cool. 'Cause I get it. It's rough out here.
Yeah, it is. It is rough out here.
'Cause you're going through a lot. We know that.
Yeah.
And we're friends. We're here for you.
I'm sorry I didn't see that as clearly until now. Taloroq goes in for the hug.
Karma gives him the biggest hug.
Karma goes in for like the big hug. Taloroq's just like lifted up a little bit.
He just lifted up the ground.
Taloroq's arms are like partly tucked to his side, but he kind of beckons for Avani.
You know that scene in Tangled where like the ending scene, the parents and they're hugging Rapunzel, and then
No, I've never seen it.
anyway, that's the last episode of Avatar.
I feel like I'm the one who's supposed to call that, but okay.
Get in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe.
Get in the comments if this is the last episode you ever want to see.
Oh.
4 more character plans.
No, like that scene in Tangled where the parents are hugging Rapunzel, And then Flynn like reaches out, like, because the mom reaches to give the hand. That's what Taloroq. I'm imagining Taloroq reaching on a hand or something.
That, but it's only from like the elbow down because
Yes.
arms pinned.
And so Avani does one of those of like, okay, we're just gonna go in for a handshake because yeah.
Taloroq yanks Avani in.
Yep. You're squeezing too hard.
Arm on my ribs.
Oh, my bad.
Okay, well, we move away from I guess you could call it some sort of reconciliation over dinner. A few days pass, the mood gets better, everyone's sort of on nice terms, and then the fateful day arrives to where essentially this is probably the last chance you have before Hanta's ship moves on to have dinner with him on the ship.
I think Taloroq for the past few days has been wearing the modified Earth Kingdom clothing and is now revisiting the formal Water Tribe clothing found on the ship that fits him a little too well.
I'm gonna say in the last few days you've sort of found a way to meld the two clothing together. So like you've gotten rid of the ice rat symbols on the formal Water Tribe clothing that fits you really well, and you've been able to add in the fur that you were using with the Earth Kingdom clothing.
Fur is the only thing that's going to be with me except Ahanu.
And like you were able to like do sort of like a half and half situation with the clothing.
Sure. I think that that sounds like something Taloroq would do.
Yeah.
Oh, bittersweet. Okay, anyway.
Avani's still in some stolen clothes. It's better than the rags that she was wearing, but like it's still, yeah.
Avani's still not doing the best.
No.
And I'm gonna say, Karma, at this point you've decided that you're like wearing like the Earth Kingdom pants sort of stuff, but you've got your Air Nation robes as your top over it. Just be like, yeah, this works.
Pretty much.
This is fine.
So okay.
I think Taloroq also just takes. There's like a small montage of just Taloroq like fixing his messed up hair, just sort of just cleaning up before dinner.
Like that,
So
you
he
fix your
looks
messed up
full,
hair
like-
and it poofs back to where it was. It's like perma stuck.
He takes a little water and officially like slips it back. And he looks more like the son of a wealthy shipping baron than the ragtag mess that he has been for the past however long we've been adventuring.
Vani is going to attempt to put her hair up to look nice, even though the rest of her clothing looks like trash. And I'm assuming Bo and Meg are coming with us. So I want to put Bo in a bow.
Perfect.
And then May with a little bow on top of her head.
Put May in a May.
No.
Figure it out.
All right, so you all get dressed up, and you sort of decide serendipitously to take your ship and just kind of sail it around to the other side to sort of match up with and dock beside Hanta's ship. The moment you do, a like ice bridge is created from the other ship to yours, so that you can like walk on. It's sort of like stairs, but like not stairs. So
a ramp.
It's not a ramp either, because it's got like the steps, but they're like really long and like jutted. So like,
I see.
So it's like a platform, and then a higher platform, and then higher platform, and then higher platform.
Thick step.
Yeah.
Can I, before we head on, can I pull Taloroq off to the side and just say, if it gets too uncomfortable, let us know and we'll leave.
If it gets too uncomfortable, you'll know.
All right, you all walk on. Karma's probably in the lead for fun.
Karma's the most excited to be here.
Karma's most excited. Gonna see Hanta
Hanta!
again. You make it on board.
Don't fuck my brother.
Oh, what was the old man's name again?
Which one?
The one who was mopping that Taloroq
Ling
talked
Lu?
to. Thank you.
Ling Lu?
Yeah, Ling Lu is
Yeah.
it is the
Oh,
first.
it's Ling Lu. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Lin Lu. No,
yeah, it's Len Lu. Yeah. That's
Oh,
right.
okay, that's what I thought it was.
This is what happens when you improv a character and don't remember to write down the name.
Haha,
That's why I'm
nerd.
the note taker.
So Len Lu is the first to greet you. All right, hey Taloroq, welcome back and welcome to all your friends.
Hey, Lynn.
We've the captain has prepared an area down below for some dining. Unless of course he did say that if you wanted to dine above deck, that'd be fine too. We just have to sort of switch where everyone's located, and we'll work below deck while you all eat above deck. Yeah, just got so. What would you prefer, to be down, or would you want to be up in the air looking at the stars?
Well, I don't want to put any of the workers out, so whatever is easiest for you.
He sort of stares at you as the easiest thing would be either option.
We'll go under the stars.
Under the stars. All right. And he whistles, and then you just see a bunch of like hup 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 as everyone sort of like as all the crew of the hood brings out a table, like a tablecloth, and like bowls and everything and chairs. The tablecloth isn't what Karma or Avani are used to in terms of like cloths, because it is like wolf skin. Like the fur sort of pelt is what is covering the table to keep it nice.
Karma's immediately turned off.
It's the South. They're from the North Pole. I was about to say South Pole, but no, that's the wrong section of the War Tribe. They're from the North. Yeah. They're the North Pole. They got to do what they can. It's fur.
It's super sad because like it's animals and animal rights.
The circle of life.
Yep, circle of life. North Pole, they understand it. All right, so it's like animal fur. And then you see a few of them are like standing by as like the waiters, and the rest of them go down under the deck. Lynn sort of like nods his farewell as he goes down, and then you're just sort of left standing there, not sure where to sit, not sure what to do. When Hanta, a few minutes later, walks up. Brother, I'm glad to see that you have accepted the invitation to join me.
Good to see you too, Hanta. And
I see you've brought 2 of your friends. Where is the third?
Oh, Aya is at the Fire Sage Temple, connecting to her heritage.
I did not. I was unaware that she was a firebender. Oh wait, maybe he looks over at Avani. You're the non-firebender. She was the firebender. My mistake.
Nice to see you again too.
Anyway,
Hanta, smartest of us, and can't remember a face.
Anyway, please, feel free to sit wherever you'd like.
I want to I'm assuming Hanta's gonna sit at like the front of the table or something like that.
Yeah, there's like a head seat. It's oddly enough set up for like 1 person on each end and then 3 people in the middle. So like 1 2 1 2 1 2. So it's set up for 8 people to sit at.
I want to make sure that I'm sitting in a way that like if need be, I could somehow not necessarily protect Taloroq, but like I don't know.
I think Taloroq is as the youngest, would probably be sat at the far end of the table. I feel like at home it would be father at the head of the table, mother to his right, and then just oldest descending in like a zigzag from there. So Taloroq would always be on the end. So I feel like he's just going to return to his place at the other end of the table.
Oh, brother, I understand that I did say sit wherever you like, but that spot is actually reserved already. I apologize.
Reserved?
I apologize.
Reserved for who?
Oh, reserved for someone who isn't you.
That's
Hanta?
sus.
You didn't think this would just be a normal dinner, did you?
Hanta?
It has been so long since I've seen you, and I wanted to surprise you with some things.
Hanta?
Like,
What did you do?
As I said, I just invited you to dinner. That is all.
Taloroq takes the seat from the end and moves it to the one of the sides.
Just replace the seats.
Yeah.
Huh. All
Just
right.
any act of defiance that Taloroq can do, he's going to.
All right. If that's how you want to do it, it's fine. Where does Karma and Avani? Where do you sit?
I still want to sit, like, in a way to, if need be, not necessarily protect, but like I said, something along those lines for being like the best thing I can think of, the best word I can think of is a shield in a way, in case things go wrong.
Meat shield, meat shield.
Eat
No.
sheep.
Karma?
Not meat shield.
Karma's gonna sit next to Taloroq.
Okay, so you're on either end of Taloroq. So it's this weird, awkward situation of Hanta way at the front of the table, 4 empty chairs, and then the 3 of you.
All on one side. It's just like a Last Supper situation.
I'm here for support for Taloroq.
All right.
You're not
Yeah.
here to fuck my brother.
I have to look at your brother, but I want to be near you for moral support.
Dude, thanks.
He sits down. The food, everyone sits down, and the food arrives. You quickly find, Karma, that it's mostly meat. Like it's different northern delicacies where it's mostly meat. There are some sea prunes, but other than that, it's pretty much just meat.
Karma silently judges everyone.
Can I notice this and lean into one of the um staff, for
Yeah.
lack of a better word, and ask if they could bring some northern flaxseed?
They nod, head down, and then a few minutes later, some northern flaxseed are brought up, placed directly in front of Karma.
It's like roasted sunflower seeds.
Yeah.
Oh, that's lovely.
And you begin to eat this sort of weird. Do you remember the dinner scene with Aang and Toph's family, where it's that really
Yeah.
weird, awkward silence at first, and then they're like, "So, it's nice that the Avatar's here. How interesting!" Yeah, it's that kind of silence at the first, where they're just like, "How do we establish conversation?"
Oh, good.
So, I was told, brother, that you've joined a traveling theater company of sorts.
Something like that.
Ah, well, judging by your performance a few days ago, I would say that you've found your place in the world.
In a way,
Is that not why you left?
I left because father was trying to pawn me off to one of his rich business friends' greedy daughters.
I mean, pawn off is such an interesting word to use.
Is it incorrect?
Now, if he was getting something in
That's all I'm asking.
return-
Is it incorrect?
Now, Taloroq, I don't take sides, as you well know.
Yeah, as I well know, which means you allowed all sorts of injustices to be done to me, to Amkoa, to any member of the Northern Water Tribe, as long as it meant that you didn't get involved.
He just sort of he stopped mid sentence. He just kind of stares at you for a little bit, and then after like a beat, you realize that he's not pausing because you've caught him off guard. He's pausing for a slightly different reason.
I think I know the reason.
You turn around and standing behind you happens to be Amkoa.
Brother.
Oh, hey, Taloroq, how's
For the
it been?
first time, Karma and Avani seem to notice that Taloroq seems happy to see someone.
Yes, and this also looks kind of like Taloroq slanted, but now instead of 4 or 5 years older, it's like 7 or 8 years older, and it's so it's more defined. His very square jawed, like if you could combine like a very
He's got like a full beard versus Hanta just has like a goatee.
Yeah, he's got the full beard. It's sort of like if you take a burly person and squish him up with like a cuddly bear kind of situation, where he could look opposing if he wants to, but he's just sort of like a really like a what would you call like scruffy cuddly
A teddy bear. A teddy bear.
Yeah, he kind of looks like a teddy bear, sure.
Teddy Grizzly.
Yeah, Teddy Grizzly. He's there. He's like, brother.
Don't you fucking dare. For the audience at home who isn't aware, Kiera has had a problem of wanting to fuck Taloroq's siblings since last episode. I've been dealing with this for a week.
Or more. Anyway, so Amco is standing there. He goes, brother, it's great to see you. This was entirely Hanta's idea, by the way.
Taloroq gets up and just like hugs Amkoa.
As you hug him, he sort of does like a shuffle, turning you around because you realize as he's doing it, the person at the end of the table was supposed to be him. As sort of like a surprise. He would just like show up, sit down there because it was the closest one to his entrance. And so he's just like, I don't know exactly how to sit, where else I should sit, or like how to handle the situation. So I'm just gonna try and go to where I was supposed to go, and then just sit down there.
Oh, his chair back.
So where does Taloroq now sit in terms of?
I think. Because I still want to be near Avani and Karma, but yes, Morgan, do you have a question?
Avani will get up and move.
So Avani.
I think Taloroq sits at Amkoa's right side.
Well, if Avani's getting up and moving, then Avani could just shift towards center, and then it would be Karma, corner, Amkoa, Taloroq, Avani, empty chair, Hanta, empty chair, empty chair.
Empty chair's an empty
No.
Anyway. See, Taloroq, I told you that there was a surprise here for you.
I'm sorry for assuming the worst, Hanta.
Well, given what you've said, I can understand. Anyway, yeah, Hanta's been telling me that you've joined some kind of theater company.
Well, about that. Theater company is such a narrow vision of what the group is.
Vision. Oh man, you he turns to Karma and Avani. Man, speaking of visions, you gotta. When Taloroq was younger, they had so many visions about what they wanted to do, and like, they
Never
got
mind, I
they
hate
made
that I'm
Dad
going
so
here.
mad.
Tell me more.
They made Dad.
I take it back.
So...
I don't want to have this dinner anymore.
I want to know more.
They made our father so mad with all these like wild ideas about groups of workers working for themselves essentially, and like how our father should get more involved in the hard-working aspects of it.
You mean unionizing?
Unionizing.
Is that what you
I
called it,
say I started
Taloroq?
young.
Is that what you called it, Taloroq, back then? Was it? Was it unionizing you called it?
Well, I think I called it unionizing because Z's were a little hard for me, but essentially.
It's an excellent idea. It's an excellent idea.
The problem is a lot of people hear the word and assume it has to do with the Fifth Nation.
You see Hanta's just kind of silently nodding because Hanta's the one who warned you about the whole the Fifth Nation thing to begin with.
Absolutely.
And Amco is just like, ha ha ha, yeah, our mother was so worried that Taloroq was gonna run off and join the pirates, and we'd never hear from him again except for like if he raided the village.
Oh, you know that I would save our house for last.
Oh yeah, and then of course, that reminds me, the twins of course say hi. Yura and Yuka.
Yep. How are they?
Oh well, there. Hanta sort of stops Amkoa. Perhaps we should wait until a little bit further into dinner before we talk more about the family. Probably a good idea, Hanta. You're right. He points at Hanta. Always has a cool head. Always good advice. So yeah. Anyway, what have you been up to, Taloroq? Tell me all about it. He sort of like breaks this giant leg off of some sort of like bird that was at the table that was like cooked, and he just kind of
incredibly large bird.
He just like rips.
It's like a cracking sound.
Yeah, it just rips it off and just starts eating it.
Doesn't face Taloroq at all.
Awful.
One brother safe.
You see Hanta over at the other side, like fork, knife, just very, very like properly.
Taloroq immediately starts picking up on Amkoa's bad habits again and rips off not a giant leg, but like a wing to eat.
Carmen just gives Taloroq a look like.
Bo and May are not paying attention. They're on the table, yes, but they're just like facing each other, eating like the seeds out of Karma's bowl.
I was gonna say I was gonna ask for seeds for them, but
yeah, we're like a group here, and they're just eating the seeds, and I'm just eating it with them.
Yeah.
Love that.
I'm gonna misunderstand. Sorry, go ahead.
As he's like eating, he looks over at Karma. Doesn't notice the airbending tattoos. What, you're gonna eat some bird food? Well, why not just eat the bird?
No, thank you.
God.
What? Yeah. What's up?
This is Karma. They are an air nomad.
Oh. Well, welcome to meet you, Karma. Oh. He just kind of looks at the lake that he's been just like chowing down on, and then back at Karma and goes, my apologies. Sorry, I don't know where my manners were. And he turns so he's not facing you while he eats it.
My question. I have probably not encountered any other water bender outside of Taloroq yet, correct? Outside of like the right now.
Previously, other than Taloroq, who you've been traveling with, you've maybe like seen the waterbenders who like go off visiting the like so like what diplomats, like people who go to the Earth Kingdom for vacation, but you don't like interact with them usually. So
That's probably
Taloroq's like the first one you've actually interacted with, and then this is the third waterbender you've ever actually someone from the third person from the Northern Water Tribe that you've actually interacted with.
so I've probably never seen like their customs or seen them like sit down and eat or anything.
Not unless Taloroq took you through it.
Absolutely did not.
I'm gonna mistake just ripping off a piece of bird is their custom, so I'm gonna hesitantly like take a little bit, just like a tiny little wing too of like
a wingtip,
and I go.
Hanta's just watching this whole situation and just like slowly shaking his head as he continues to like do fine dining type of eating.
Fine dining. I'm still just eating the seeds, looking at everyone like, what?
I'm having a great time. I don't know about you two.
Oh, I'm having a great time.
You go through this dinner, you have a fun time. Amco is regaling you with stories about Taloroq's youth and like what they not necessarily what they've been most recently up to, but like what he's been doing. For the most part, Amcoa is like the public relations kind of person in the company after Hanta's made the deals and after like the working has started. Amcoa goes around and like checks up on everyone and makes sure like everyone's doing good, the company's running fine, stuff like that. He doesn't like collect the money though. That's another sibling's job. He's just there to make sure that everyone sort of is happy, and if there's any complaints, he listens to them and like deals with that.
Like HR.
Yeah, he's essentially HR. So yeah, we had an issue over at a Earth Kingdom village a while back where we brought some pots, some nice vases and pots and stuff in, and some people broke a few, and they were trying to see if they could either get reimbursed or like they were wondering if they had to pay for it. I assured them it'd be fine. It seemed like it was an accident. I didn't believe that it was on purpose. There wasn't really any sign of other people tampering with it, but I trusted them.
Wow, that's nuts. I can't believe that happened. And you handled it great.
Oh,
Amcoa.
yeah. Oh, well, that's my job, Taloroq, and your job is, entertaining the masses, right?
Well, sure. Yep, that's me.
And Hanta just sort of, are you not a traveling theater company?
Not in so many words.
Amcoa speaks up. Oh, wait, Hanta, did you pull the prank I told you to? Did it work? Was it great?
It was you. Taloroq practically climbs Amcoa and like noogies him.
You Karma and Avani, you watch as like Taloroq sort of climbs up Amcoa. It's not a
Amcoa is taller than Karma.
Yeah. Amcoa is very tall, so but he's sitting down, so it's not a super hard climb, but like Taloroq goes to give a nuggie on him, and it's as if nothing is touching Amcoa. It's like he doesn't feel it at all, and like Taloroq is like really like trying to I don't know what the purpose of the nuggie really is.
It's just like, siblings messing around.
But like cause some sort of like friction. And Amcoa is just like still laughing about the great joke and how he explained how it was gonna go down and everything. As if Taloroq is not currently on top of him, just trying to get him to stop talking. Or to get payback.
Such an asshole.
Anyway, you finished up the first course of everything, and they sort of bring out a traditional northern water tribe dessert. It's some type of like best described as like pie mixed with cake, but it's not necessarily warm because it's from the North Pole. It's sort of like a cold sort of deal.
Okay.
I don't know how to describe how it was made. But
It's a mousse.
Yeah, it's kind of like a mousse, but like a little bit more solid.
Gelato.
Ice cream cake.
Since Avani has never had something as decadent, I guess, as this, again, she's kind of gonna be hesitant about it. Is there any like silverware or anything on the table?
There's been silverware this whole time. No one's used it except for Hanta.
Yeah, that's right.
The
I'm gonna
fanciest
poke it.
spoons are brought out.
I'm gonna poke it with my finger first.
You
To
see
figure out what
finger.
Yeah, my fingy.
You see, you Karma and Avani, you notice as both like Hanta and Amkoa and even Taloroq are just kind of like looking at the dessert in sort of like a this is gonna be the greatest thing ever way, but none of them are moving to like eat it. It's as if they're just trying to savor it with their eyes and trying to figure out what it's gonna taste like. And then Hanta speaks up. I bet it's going to taste sweet and like the first fall of snow. Oh, you're crazy. This is totally gonna taste like that iceberg back home that like we used to try and climb. Definitely.
No way. It's gonna taste like the first thaw.
3, 2, 1, and then everyone, the three of them dive in.
I was gonna say while they're having that conversation about, I bet it's gonna taste like Avani's doing one of these. Words it like, am I okay to eat it? Can I eat it now?
Karma does not touch it. She's just
still traumatized by the bird.
Still recovering.
She's just looking at this piece of whatever this is, like, what? And looking at everyone else like, what do you mean? Does it not taste the same each time? I'm asking that. I'm asking this to everyone. Does it not taste the same each time?
Oh no, this is just a game we used to play as kids. We would get a dessert, and then we'd all take bets on what it tastes like, and then we'd all dive in, and whoever is the closest wins.
But
well, I mean, you can't use flavors like, oh, I bet it's going to taste like. Do hazelnuts exist?
Probably. I'm gonna say most food exists.
Great. It's gonna taste like hazelnuts. Because that just ruins the whole point of the game. It's all about the feeling it evokes.
So could one say that it tastes like happiness?
I mean, yeah, if you want to lose the game.
Every dessert tastes like happiness. You have to be more specific about the type of happiness.
Vani has never had a dessert in her life. So this is the first taste of a dessert happiness she's ever.
Okay.
Avani, haven't you had dessert before?
No.
A horrible flashback as Taloroq realizes that all the time they spent together, you've only ever had like the main meal. Never once did you be like, I'm gonna make a dessert.
It's only the noodles.
You maybe had like fruit for like after the meal as a dessert, but
never proper dessert.
Yeah, but never like a proper dessert.
I also want to point out that Avani's not using any type of silverware. Just
Avani is across or next to Taloroq?
Next to.
Taloroq just picks up Avani's spoon, dips it in Avani's dessert, and just kind of like moves it toward her face. Eat. Your life will change forever.
I guess I eat this wonderful looking dessert for the first time ever in my life.
It tastes like shit.
No!
No, it tastes cold. It kind of tastes it would be like a chocolate mousse kind of deal. Is what it tastes like.
Because Avani has never had anything like this, for lack of a better phrase, she's having a food orgasm.
All right.
Yes.
I guess we got into Food Wars here. All right. Avatar Legends: Legacy of Heroes Food Wars Edition.
And that was the last episode of Avatar Legends Legacy of Heroes. Thank you so much for joining us. Hit the like button, comment.
We'll have a brand new campaign next time. Not even set in Avatar. We'll still call it Avatar Legends Legacy of Heroes, but it'll be.
But it's going to be set in. I said Naruto last time. Spin the anime wheel. It's set in
My Hero Academia.
Yep, that's the one.
All right.
Okay. Anyway.
I'm still not using silverware, by the way.
Karma is picking up a fork and like stabbing it because she's not sure if she wants to eat it or not.
You can sort of hear like the squish as you stab it.
Ew. What is this?
Oh, it's a dessert. Hanta, do you know what's in it? No, brother. The whole point of the game is to not know the ingredients. However, and he points to one of the waiter staff. He's the one who I believe prepared it. Oh yes, that yes I did. If you're worried about any sort of animal thing, no, it was all made from harvested nuts and berries and other sort of vegetation that is both from the North Pole and from from the Northern Water Tribe and from around the island that we could find.
So
Taloroq is shoveling it in his face.
Same.
Are the ingredients the same each time? Do you guys change it up? Is this like a family recipe?
The ingredients are we have to substitute something. We have to substitute some things sometimes, depending on where we are. But for the most part, the recipe is the same each time. Yes.
Okay. Karma takes
But it's a little special each time, and that's what makes it what it is.
Karma, you take this bite and you're instantly transported back to like the first days of being at the Northern Air Temple, where it's nice and cool. You're running around with like your sister, practicing airbending moves. You have a sky bison little friend flying around you.
Karma starts sobbing.
It's a full Ratatouille flashback.
She's crying. They're crying so much.
I get very concerned and get up and try to hug Karma.
Karma.
That means it's working.
Yep, I remember when I had this for the first time. Anyway, but dessert dies down. They bring out a round of like drinks for everyone to just sort of relax with and drink. And they bring out a little contained fire to keep you warm, even though it's the Fire Nation and it's like summerish time, so it's not gonna get cold.
It's ambiance.
Well, what do you say, Hanta? Time? Yes, brother, I suppose now is a better time than any. They both turn, like, at the same time to just face Taloroq.
Time for what?
We have some fortunate news.
What, is Dad dead?
No.
Well.
And you see Emko. Well, I mean, you might wish he was, but no, he's
I can dream.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's gotten much older, obviously. He's getting older, up there in years. He can't really go around in business anymore. So the twins are sort of taking care of him, helping him around with his businesses in the North Pole. But anything outside of the Northern Water Tribe has gone to Remora.
Oh, of course. Mr. Golden Boy.
Taloroq, roll with focus.
With focus?
Yes.
8 plus 2, 10.
It dawns on you that if your father is stuck in the Northern Water Tribe, that means there's only one person who could be at the capital that you could meet.
Okay, well, I guess it's not going to be as bad in the capital as I thought.
Amkoa and Hanta both kind of share a look. Yes.
Has he gotten worse?
Well, with him having to take over the majority of the company's business outside of the Northern Water Tribe, some of his habits from his younger days have sort of popped up again. You remember Taloroq when I don't want to say you were yay high. He lifts a hand that's barely the height of the table. You were like yay high when Remora disappeared for a while, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, well, he's back at it again. Hired some mercenary help, stuff like that. You notice as well, Taloroq, looking around. Every one of the wait staff currently with you, sort of wait staff, they are they're obviously like Northern Water Tribe born. They're probably with and Amco and Hanta the whole time. And you realize that the people you had saw earlier, who seemed to be like other benders or other people from other nations who were hired, aren't above deck right now.
Where's everyone else?
Well, we thought it would be better if it was just, in-house and your friends. No offense to you two, but Rimura has he's started to hire outside help. As you know, it is a large company and he wants to expand. But there was rumors that he at one point attempted to hire some mercenaries to break Tagaka out of Ba Sing Se prison where she is held. The three of you know that Tagaka, through different channels, you would know Tagaka was the former leader of the Fifth Nation and the one who was in charge when Avatar Kyoshi sort of wrecked it all on accident.
This is the same? This is our brother? This doesn't sound like him.
Well, he's had some distasteful instances over the past few months. Yeah, especially with right before remember that spat you had with Dad?
You're gonna have to narrow that down.
The one right before you left.
Yeah, the one where he tried to marry me off. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, well, part of the reason was he was trying to find allies that would be able to help rein in Remora a bit more when needed, so that more people would be able to, spread the company out a bit more and things like that. Because during his travels haven't been the same as ours.
Or
He's sort of decided that and he pulls out a letter, a scroll that isn't opened. It's sealed with the Bosanme stamp, and he hands it to you, and you can see that they know the contents because Hanta and Amkoa both pull out Amco pulls out another one that are broken, and they're the same. You can see that they're the same letter, same writing, and everything, same words. And the letter reads essentially, Remora is planning to use mercenaries and pirates and so on to expand the company in a way to where no other company, any other sort of trading company, any other sort of material, they would sort of like reach out, and Bosanme would be the only sort of provider of goods and services and things like that.
Oh, he's insane. Great.
Well, we always said that the second biggest dreamer besides you was Remora. He just had more time at it.
Yeah, I dreamed of traveling to the Earth Kingdom and maybe visiting an air temple. I didn't dream of complete economic takeover of the world.
Well, unfortunately, our dear brother has been under our father's influence a little too much. It definitely didn't help when he went off on his own.
Yeah, I can kind of tell. So he invited us to the Fire Nation to meet him?
Well, no, the plan was for father to be there, but then of course he got sick. That letter that you received, you didn't receive, but that you received, is a couple months old. I don't know why it took so long to get to you, but
I've been moving around quite a bit.
yeah. No, father sent out the letter, had fully planned on going to the Fire Nation. He fell ill one day, kind of at random, and the twins have been taking care of him ever since.
Is he okay?
Yeah, he seems fine right now, but he's sort of confined to the Northern Water Tribe. The cold is good for him.
Yeah, gotta keep that heart icy.
Oh yeah, well, Haunta and I thought that maybe Remora had something to do with it, but Remora was off on business at the time, seeing some old contacts of father's.
I wouldn't write it out. Remora's a thinker.
Yeah. Anyway, there's also the issue of Takani as well.
Takani?
We got supposedly a letter from her a while back, month or so after you left, about her holding up somewhere in the Fire Nation, needing some sort of assistance. You know, we didn't really want to help because at the time there was a war happening, and we didn't want to like get involved. But the war has since settled, and that's why we're here.
Sure. I mean, I wish you'd been more willing to help the best relative that we have, but I understand your reasons.
Yeah, well, uh, that's kind of all the news we have. Updates from home. Oh, mom's doing fine. She says hi.
Hi, Mom. You know, when you see her, hi, Mom.
Oh yeah, no, I totally understand.
Great. So what are we gonna do?
Well,
We've got to stop him.
agreed. And I know this is sort of out of character of me. Everyone give me a roll with creativity.
Oh man.
I got 8.
I also got 8.
I got a 7.
Okay, that's good enough. All three of you suddenly realize that the boat has been moving the whole time.
Hey, Hanta, hey.
Yeah, as I was saying, yeah, while this is out of character for me, don't worry, your ship is still attached to us, but we thought it'd be best if we took the main. All three of us are really good at our craft and our skills. We thought we would go confront Remora, and maybe try and find Takani together.
On there, buddy. Um, wait a minute.
Well, look, I know Taloroq isn't the greatest fighter. You fought beside him. He trips over
Excuse me,
himself
hold
sometimes.
on a minute. No. Absolutely not. Taloroq is one of
fighter. How dare you speak ill of him like that?
Taloroq, you get flashbacks to training with Amkoa, who's so much taller than you that there's
so much bigger and stronger.
There was no
Taloroq is like a little twig boy.
There was no possible way you could ever like land a hit on him, or like if he had a water whip and you had one, yours was like a tendril compared to like this giant sort of.
Yep.
Well, yeah.
At this point, when I figure out that the boat's been moving, I want to grab. I'm assuming I have some sort of knife on me.
I mean, there's the table knives as well. Yeah.
I want to grab a weapon as
Okay.
if I'm about to have to fight someone, because who the hell just tricked us? Ain't nobody tricking us right now.
Does Avani pull the knife? Or is it just like a hand on?
I don't want to start confrontation, but also they done duped us. And we're leaving Aya. So I'm a bit pissed.
And what about Sweetie?
Yeah, poor Sweetie.
Sweetie's
the boat attached. Our boat's attached.
The other boat, they Hanta said that they had taken the other boat with them, so it's like behind you, just kind of being towed. And Sweetie is just literally running around the ship on her own, sort of getting into all of the food.
No, food.
It's fine. She deserves it.
You know what? Just for shits and giggles, I do want to pull the knife, but not like I'm gonna go up to someone's throat, and because I feel like if I went up to, I don't want to go to Amko's throat because he seems Amkoa, excuse me. I don't want to go to Amkoa's throat because he seems like a teddy bear, and I really like him. But Hanta, I am very suspicious of, considering the fact that Taloroq does not seem to have a good relationship with Hanta. So I'm going to. I have the knife in my hand, and I'm gonna say, okay, someone needs to do some explaining here. Why are we leaving? Why do we need to confront, Remora right now? What about our friend who's gone and is not here with us?
Okay. Do I see that Avani has a knife?
Yeah, for sure. And Hanta just looks unfazed. Hanta's been prepared to either die or live his entire life. He just doesn't care.
Of course.
Karma is stress eating the
the seeds.
The seeds.
Taloroq, not like forcefully, just kind of gently grabs Avani's knife wrist and just kind of like guides it down. It's like,
I'm
it's
not
okay.
phased. I'm not backing down.
It's like, hey, it's okay, Hanta, not bad.
Yeah, well, we're just kind of hoping that we can catch him before. Well, of course, Taloroq most likely would have said no. We weren't really aware that Taloroq was going to have friends with him until later, but we were just kind of hoping that we could get Taloroq on our side, especially in the case of Remora getting up with some old contacts from the Fire Nation.
Okay, but first of all, it's his choice. Second of all, he does have friends.
I do.
Die for him.
Okay, don't do that.
Do you see that as you're doing it, Hans is just like slowly leaning closer and closer towards the blade, just be like, why not just do it? Just go ahead. You seem like you want to.
I push Hanta like slowly, like no.
It's not that Hanta wants to die, just like if you want to kill him, just like go ahead then.
Wow.
I'm still pushing Hanta like.
Just hold on, Hanta. Hold on.
I want to have a staring contest with this man now.
Roll with focus.
Like a one-off battle of come at me, bro.
Who's rolling with focus?
Whoever Avani for the staring contest.
Oh,
fabulous.
Karma is just like, is there any more of this anywhere?
You see another sort of waiter brings you a second bowl of the seeds.
It's that thing in the menu where it is a slightly larger bowl.
Right, yeah, so it's just continuing.
Thank you, friend.
I got a 9.
That does not beat an 11. You blink first.
No!
That tracks.
I still don't trust you.
Me.
No, never mind.
Karma, as you're like stress eating, you accidentally for like 1 second grab May, and then like, oh, put it down, and then back to the seeds, because they're also in the bowl stress eating because they see you going fast and they're like, we have to keep up.
Yes.
You are being an active bad influence on these ducks.
I'm sorry. I'm stressed.
Treat my children well. You
are. Eventually, like Ahanu also like scrambles over. He isn't in the bowl, but he's like grabbed a piece and he's just like doing like the rabbit.
We're all stressed.
Okay. I'm gonna take a deep breath. I'm gonna realize that I need to back down. But I'm still pissed.
Okay.
Avani, I'm so glad you're here, but don't worry. We're not in danger.
Well, not yet anyway. I mean, eventually we probably will be, but...
We're not in danger with these two specific brothers.
Are you sure about
Hanta
that?
just kind of shrugs his shoulders like, yeah, sure, yeah.
So, what are we doing?
Okay.
We're headed towards the fire.
You should tell Aya where we're going.
Yeah.
Can we make a pit stop at the Fire Sage Island, Hanta?
We have already passed that area.
Can we turn around?
We are not leaving our friend.
It's fine. You see a messenger hawk is brought up, and you see Amkoa writes a letter. Yeah, Taloroq, you know that Amkoa isn't the greatest writer, and he's writing this letter of like, it's like, to whoever you proofread it. It says, to whoever Aya is, your friends are going to the Fire Nation capital. This is Taloroq's brother, Amkoa. Can't wait to meet you. And then it just...
It's fine.
Somehow Aya is misspelled.
Yeah.
Somehow. I don't know how.
It's spelled I-U-H.
Aya. There we go.
He's a phonetic speller.
He's doing his best.
His whole thing was just having a good time. He didn't need to be in school for that.
He's worse than Morgan spelling.
Let's be clear. I gave Josh 5 brothers, a father, a mother, and an aunt to deal with in my backstory.
And the very, like, loose descriptions of them, really.
I wanted you to have room to play.
Yeah. But yeah, he's not a great speller.
I gave Josh a lot and he's handling it like a champ.
Yep. Which is why I sidelined 2 of them.
It's fine.
I'm like, I don't need the
Just
2
get
twins.
rid of the twins.
Yeah. Who needs twins?
Keep the twins out.
All right. So you're headed off. You're now like, hey, Oz, does Taloroq have any practiced moves on them? Or practice techniques, I mean?
Yes.
Which ones? Or
I have
multiple?
refresh. and slip over ice.
Okay. I'm gonna say during the next leg of the trip, which is gonna be like a few days or so. During that time, now that Amkoa is back and you get to train with him again, even though he's still really taller than you, you can move slip over ice into the mastered spot. As he sort of retakes you through the basics of everything, and you finally get it down.
Nice.
Amazing.
Avani, you've been without.
If Avani and Karma see Taloroq practicing with Amkoa, he has never seemed happier.
Like Taloroq has never seemed
yeah,
Taloroq has never seemed happier, but also Taloroq has never struggled more. Avani, you like really want to like prep or something, but you have no earth around you. You're on a wooden ship in the middle of water. You've got like no dirt or anything, and so you're just sort of like going through any of the of the motions of things. Do you have anything in learned or practiced for techniques?
I have thick mud and learned.
Technically you have to be in combat for that, but hey, Karma, do you have anything in learned or practiced for your techniques?
I don't know.
Oh, you don't have the sheet, right?
I do. I have the one, but I don't know if I have any practice. I have a learned one.
Okay, so if you both decide to like do a little like practice sparring sort of deal, Avani going through the motions of it, Karma actually doing the airbending, you can move both of your learned techniques into the practiced area.
Nice.
Because you're essentially just doing combat against each other.
I as much as I'm still like trying to be considerate of Karma and try not to go too hard, but I'm still pretty pissed on taking out some aggression.
Do it. Come at me.
On Karma?
No, I'm trying to like scale back.
I can take it.
Karma cannot take it. Karma is knocked from the ship.
No!
Karma can fly. It's fine.
Do you remember the last time you flew?
That was one time. Karma has practiced since. Maybe.
It's fine. Everything's great.
After Karma's done practicing with Avani, they do some flying around the ship.
Karma's lost at sea immediately.
No.
Gone forever.
No.
Life of Karma.
Hanta walks up at one point as everyone else is practicing and beckons over to Karma and Avani. Let me see. Well, I remembered that during one of my previous visits to the Air Nomad, unsuccessful business trips to the Southern Air Temple and to the Earth Kingdom, I did happen to. I was able to trade some things for these scrolls. I thought were pretty interesting. And he hands an earthbending scroll to Avani and one to Karma. Karma. I'm gonna give you the choice. Both of you. Would you rather learn a technique for defend and maneuver, advance and attack, or evade and observe?
I already have a defend and a mover and an evade and observe, so I'm gonna go with advance and attack. So I'm real well-rounded.
And it fits with you being pissed off right now.
Correct. Also, it would very much help in combat
And then Kiara, what about Karma? What would you prefer?
I already have an advanced in attack. I'll do a evade and maneuver.
Okay, so the Earth Scroll contains the move for Earth Gauntlet that you can put in learned. And then you said evade and maneuver, right?
Yeah.
Um you let's okay.
Gosh, doesn't know how
We'll
to
go
read.
with the air bending scroll contains small vortex. I'll give you all the information of that before the next battle. You put that one in learn techniques. Called small vortex. So you spin a single enemy off the ground on a small vortex. Mark 3 fatigue. Your target becomes impaired and stunned.
Spicy.
What is it?
It's called small vortex.
Okay.
Little vortex.
And I'll give you the information for it when later. But those will both be learned. And then Taloroq,
Me.
as you were training with Amkoa, he starts to teach you a move. Hold. What would you? Okay, out of the three, what would you prefer? For Taloroq.
Let's see. Got one evade. You know what? I don't have any advance and attack moves, so I'll take one of those.
Oh, okay, interesting. It's cool.
I've got defend and maneuver moves that work as
Yeah, they all kind
attack,
of work the same.
but
Yeah. So for Waterbend. It doesn't exist yet. Doesn't. Okay. He teaches you the basics of ice prison, so you can put that as learn. Of your siblings, while Remora sort of resembled your father more, Amkoa trained with your father the most, so he's more used to like the very icy style that your father uses.
Mhm.
So he teaches you the ice prison move.
That makes sense.
So that is those while you're there, and then eventually you make it to the main island of the Fire Nation. There's no way it's called Hari Bulkin. That actually. Hold on. Let me see if it's got a different name, or if it's just called.
It's called Charles.
I guess it is called Hari Bulkin. That's the big island that the capital is near, or it exists on.
I still think Charles works better.
Oh wait, the lead of the city live in a Hari. Oh, Hari Bulkin is a city. Oh, I see. Okay. All right, so you make it to the, but you make it to the, yeah, you make it to the main Fire Nation island area, and so you pass like the Ember Island. You pass a few volcanic islands, things like that.
R.I.P. Ember Island players.
So yeah, you pass those places. You see Fire Fountain City as you pass it, which is currently like a little run down because it was a big war spot. But you do make it to near. You have to walk inward to the island, but you do make it to the island that the capital is on, where you are to meet with their dad, who is now turns out to be Remora.
Yay. Pain and suffering.
For all.
Oh.
I don't know. I think Karma's doing pretty okay.
Yeah, Karma's doing fine for now.
Now that we're not eating birds.
Hey, I'm living it up. Sneaking little peeks at Hanta.
No.
So offhandedly, there's as like you're getting closer to the island before you actually like make it there. Does anyone who's not, well, I guess Taloroq can ask too. The three of you, there's a day where Hanta decides to have sort of like a history lesson type day of if you have any questions to ask revolving Remora and stuff like that, you can ask them to sort of get caught up on like the battle plans and things like that, and like what you might be expected to go up against.
And yeah,
definitely like to know about the mercenary forces.
Yes. So, Remora in his younger years, probably around the same age as Taloroq, he disappeared off to both the Fire Nation and Earth Kingdom during a business trip once. We're not entirely sure what happened or what he did there, although he did come back talking about meeting some Fire Nation mercenaries that he started to employ for a time being. They became sort of his contacts while he was out. He also talked about visiting Bossing Stay with them and the Northern Air Temple and a couple other places with these mercenaries. They were very highly skilled, or so he claimed. And if we have to deal with them, they'll most likely be the biggest threat next to Remora. But I'm fairly confident that if we take out Remora, then they will just leave us alone.
Well, he's had a sock in the mouth coming to him for a while, so.
At this point, you know that Remora is maybe close to twice Taloroq's age. Somewhat close to it. And
are we sure?
Wait, how old is Taloroq again?
Taloroq's like 16?
16. So yeah, Remora is like late 20s, early 30s, I'd say right now. He was born first and was like alone for a good chunk before
Sure.
Okoa was born.
All right, cool.
So Avani and Karma, you do both of you roll with Harmony.
What do I got for Harmony? Yes. Okay.
12.
Oh.
Oh?
That's not happy, is it?
Hold on, Karma.
So that's the last episode of
What'd you get?
Legacy of Heroes.
What did you get?
Got a 5.
A 5? Oh
no.
Okay, so Karma's not doing this math, but Avani does the math in their head after with all the information they've got on like Remora and when he was and like roughly how old he is and everything. Avani, doing the math in your head, you would realize that around the time that Remora was running around with these Fire Nation mercenaries is the same time that when he would have been in the Earth Kingdom, is the same time in which your family all were attacked by some strange Fire Nation forces. I told you I found a way to mesh all of these together. I told you I found a way. I warned you about this.
We should have believed.
Of course, Karma's the dumb one. doesn't get it.
Yeah, Karma doesn't know. What Karma doesn't realize is the same math applies to the Northern Air Temple and the death of her sister.
Karma's not stupid. Karma just can't do math.
Karma just can't do math.
Karma's just focused on, like, how do I kick this person's butt?
Which, I mean, good.
We're focused on two things.
We're focused on how hot Hanta
aren't.
is, and how do I help Hanta?
Yeah.
It's Hanta and Hanta. And then, like, maybe Taloroq off in the distance of, like, you know, maybe we should check in on Taloroq every once in a while. But mainly Hanta and Hanta.
Yes.
God.
We're gonna be together.
Today on Karma's a whore for brothers.
Only Hanta so far.
It's because Amkoa was
Amkoa
fully caveman eating meat in front of you.
Yeah, that was a little much for Karma. So.
Also, that's what you've now been around together for like maybe a week. That's what every single dinner's been like, is just Amkoa taking and ripping a piece of whatever food is being served and just kind of eating it bare hand kind of deal. And Hot is just like very politely small pieces.
See, and Karma likes that.
Karma's boring.
That was Taloroq.
Wow.
Yeah, it hurts, doesn't it?
Yeah, but
Okay.
what?
Anyway,
We'll talk about this later.
But anyway, we don't believe he was successful breaking out. We know he wasn't successful breaking Tagaka out. The first time he tried a couple months ago. We're not entirely sure if he's ever made another attempt or whatnot. We'll find out when we get there. But if we have to deal with her, she is a very skilled waterbender, just like the rest of us, excluding, of course, the two of you. Yeah, I would say be prepared.
I kind of lean over to Karma and Avani and was like, Aunt Takani is the coolest woman you'll ever meet.
Ooh.
Aunt Takani is the coolest woman you'll ever meet. And I pull down sort of like a shoulder of the clothing I'm wearing, and on the back of the right shoulder is sort of like a wolf tribal tattoo.
Yes, and Hanta notices. Yes, I'm glad Taloroq brought up Takani. We are going to try and make a two-pronged approach here. Since Remora wants to meet up with Taloroq specifically, and he believes that me and Amkoa are off doing business things already on his side, Amkoa and I are going to go and try and track down Takani to aid us, while Taloroq and I guess the two of you and maybe your other friend, if they are able to join somehow, can go confront Remora and sort of hold him at bay or stall him in some way before to help us get time to arrive.
Sure. Anything to mess up Remora's day.
Yes. Now, when it comes to fighting, Remora, if it comes down to a fight with Remora, what you need to know. Remora wasn't trained like the rest of us. But since he was off, he has a lot of more worldly experiences, so you can't you can't rely on knowing just the regular waterbending style. He might throw some interesting things at you, especially thanks to his time with those mercenaries. So I wouldn't be surprised if he sort of found a way to use like firebending techniques with his waterbending.
Cough, cough, hint, hint.
Right.
This is all speculation, by the way.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
What are Remora's pronouns?
He, him.
He, him.
He, him.
Thank you.
I think out of the family, Taloroq is the only one who uses he, they. Amkoa sort of in solidarity started using he they. And then the twins don't use pronouns because it gets too confusing. So it's strictly first name, first name.
Love it. Lovely. Love that.
I don't have pronouns.
And then Hanta could care less. Or couldn't care less. Hanta's just like, it doesn't matter. I know that you're talking to me.
I love him.
Don't.
I love him so much.
Don't.
And you, yes.
All right.
No.
But you, the ship makes it to a port that's just sort of outside of the Fire Nation capital. You're on the island now. The group splits off, saying their good lucks, goodbyes, and all that. And that is where we shall finish the session for tonight. What do you mean now?
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us again for some more Avatar Legends Legacy of Heroes. I am once again Josh, the Game Master. Thank you again to my friends Kiera, Oz, and Morgan, who are all now... Well, I guess Karma's not as traumatized, but Oz and Morgan sure are with Taloroq and Avani. And we will see you next time. Oz.
Click that like button, comment down below on which of Taloroq's brothers you want to date. Hit the bell, subscribe for notifications so you don't miss another thrilling brother-filled installment of Avatar Legends Legacy of Heroes. Klondike, sponsor me.
Hashtag Klondike, sponsor Avatar Legends, Legacy Legend.
Legacy,
whatever.
Legacy
Sorry.
of Heroes. Avatar Legends Legacy of Heroes.
Sponsor Avatar, but specifically for Oz.
Specifically sponsor Taloroq. Specifically sponsor Ahanu.
Yeah, Ahanu. So like instead of the Ahanu cam, it's the Ahanu cam provided by Klondike.
Yes. I'm so funny.
You decide sort of is it
Take two.
I'm trying to think of the correct pronunciation of the word, but I can't spell it.
Serendipitously.
Yeah, it's the EU part. Serendipitously.
Serendipitously.
With a D.
Serendipitously.
Yes.